everybody, today I'm going to make a recipe called banana poke cake. Now this is a recipe I found online and I'm not going to go truly by that recipe, but I will put that recipe down below. Okay, the things you will need for this dessert is a box of yellow cake mix. Well, as you can see, I don't have yellow, I have French vanilla, so that's what I'm using. You also need a box of Jell-O instant pudding, some whipped topping, and some bananas. The first step in making this recipe is follow the directions on your cake mix box and make your cake. And I'm going to put this cake in a 9 by 13 pan. When I do that, I'll be right back. Bye. Alright everybody, there's my cake. I've pulled it out of the oven. And I've got it, let it get cool, but it's not cold. You know what I mean? So the recipe says for you to take a big handled spoon and make substantial holes in this cake. And I guess that's where you get the name poke cake. So what I'm going to do, I am going to put holes in this cake and I'll be back when I get done. Bye. Alright, as you can see, I've put tons of pokes in this cake. Now the next thing the recipe says, I'm going to put that out of the way, is to take your pudding. Now I got the large box of pudding. It says to add 3 cups of milk and your pudding, and it says to whisk it up, get the lumps out of it, and when I do that, I'll be right back. Alrighty, now I've got my pudding, vanilla pudding, and my 3 cups of milk, and it says to whisk that until all the lumps are out. And it also says to let it sit for about 2 minutes. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead to the next step. And the next step is you take this pudding and you pour it over the cake and try to get it into them holes. So they fill up all those holes. That's why they want you to make the holes big. Fill up the holes. I think I've done a pretty good job. Alrighty. There was a few lumps left in there. It's okay. Okay. Now you're supposed to take this and put it in your refrigerator and let that vanilla pudding set. And when it's done, I'll bring it right back and get to the next step. Bye. Alright everybody, this is the cake. The pudding has set up fairly good. Now the next step is I've taken 4 bananas and I've sliced them up like banana pudding. You know, like you do for banana pudding. And I'm going to put these bananas, I'm not going to take much pain with them. Try to get them in single layer. And put them on here. This cake was originally called banana pudding poke cake, but it calls for you to crush up vanilla wafers and put on top of your Cool Whip, and it calls for to slice a banana after you put the Cool Whip in, and then just serve it with a sliced banana. But I'm doing it this way because that's how I want to do it. I think it'll be good, and I've made desserts like this with bananas put down in a layer. But I'm not going to use vanilla wafers because I think that's going overboard. I think the cake itself, you know, will be good enough. But I will put the original recipe down at the bottom. The last step is you take Cool Whip. This is 8 ounces of Cool Whip. Or whip topping. I don't guess this is Cool Whip. But you take your Cool Whip and you spread it over the top. Of course, this cake has got to be kept in the refrigerator. And I bet it's mighty fine. I've never made it before, but I like everything that went into it. So when I cut it, I will come back and show you what it looks like. Hope you all enjoyed this cake. You know, it's not a terribly fancy cake. There are steps to it that you have to wait to get everything cooled and stuff, but there you go. I'm calling it banana poke cake. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed. This is Melissa baking from up in the holler. Bye everybody.